So at the start of the story, a flight lands at Japan's airport with Sun, and they demand that if you want to see the passengers alive, give us $10 million and a separate flight to escape. The Japanese government immediately sends the SWAT team there, and the government officer does not want to give the terrorists 10 million but wants to somehow rescue the passengers. Now inside the flight, we see our heroine waking up from a deep sleep. Her name is Kumiko. A terrorist points a gun at her mouth and says, "If you move even a little, I'll shoot you in the head quietly." Kumiko gets scared and mutters, "I don't know what will happen now, God. I'm also getting late for school." At that moment, an elderly woman nearby pleads with the terrorist, "Let me drink some water, son." But the terrorist threatens her too. "Sit quietly, or I'll blow you away with one shot." At this, friends, Kumiko gets angry and stands up to scold the terrorist, saying, "How dare you threaten someone, and that too an elderly woman?" Hearing such a roar, even the terrorists get scared for a moment, all of them. And then their leader comes to shoot Kumiko, who is finished off, and on the other side, the officials inside the flight hear the sound of banging. They get worried that the terrorists might be killing the passengers. They alert the SWAT team, and the SWAT team is about to enter the flight. Then all of a sudden, the terrorists come out themselves. They all bow down and apologize, saying, "Please let us go. We will never come here again. But please save us from this woman." Behind them comes Kumiko and friends. The media and police, they don't understand what happened. Kumiko confidently says, "What are you looking at? I didn't do anything. I'm just a small school teacher, and yes, I'm still single." Friends, she keeps rambling on about who knows what. The police and media think that she is some crazy woman. Surely something else happened inside which is causing these terrorists to escape from here. But seeing all this live, Kumiko's family, the principal of Kumiko's school, who knows the reality of Kumiko's family, and Kumiko's former students are all shocked. When Kumiko does something, her family praises her a lot. Kumiko's family or group belonged to a very dangerous gang in Japan. Kumiko's grandfather was the leader of that gang, so he taught Kumiko all forms of martial arts from childhood. When Kumiko was young, her parents passed away, so her grandfather wanted to make her the leader of his gang. However, Kumiko wanted to become a teacher, and the entire gang started supporting her. When Kumiko goes to school, the other teachers are absolutely astonished to see the news that Kumiko defeated the terrorists. "Tell me, mate," when they ask, Kumiko says, "I didn't do anything. I just calmly explained to them. They are good people." So perhaps they understood. And friends, look, this is the principal of the school who knows everything about Kumiko. So he tells her alone, "Please don't do such stunts again, or the world will become suspicious. They must not discover your true identity. Otherwise, remember one thing, you won't be able to work in any school, and our school's name will also be tarnished." And friends, a voice comes saying, "Sorry, I got a bit late. This is," and he has come here for the job of a teaching assistant. Upon seeing him, the principal is surprised because he was Kumiko's former student when she worked at another school, and the principal also worked at the same school. Kumiko's colleagues ask her why she is so shocked. "Do you know him from before?" To this, she also says, "Yes, he is my former student. How could I forget him?" Then she asks Ria if she wants to become a teacher herself, inspired by her. Right. To which he casually says nothing like that. Kumiko doesn't let him go and says, "Oh, I have been your mentor. Don't insult me like this." Then she takes him to her class. This is section D, and in this section, there are students who neither listen to any teacher nor study or write properly. It's a complete ruckus, so Kumiko first greets them with a good morning. But they are so busy having fun that they don't even hear Kumiko's voice. Then Kumiko shouts, and only then do they all turn to look at her. At that moment, a student throws a ball at Kumiko, but Kumiko's senses are very strong, and she ducks at just the right moment, placing the ball directly on the board and sending it back to the same student. Seeing this, all the students are shocked. "Oh, don't be afraid. I've seen many students like you and have straightened them out too. And this is my sister. Don't worry. Gradually you'll understand me and we're going to have a good bonding. Actually, it's not about the OPD. I'll meet you all." Saying that, she leaves. It seems the students are wandering somewhere. And Kumiko Gang Kokik does this and all the 5 students standing above. And this is the leader of this 5-member gang. The thing is, he has been Kumiko's student and he, too. Friends, it doesn't make sense to him why he came pretending to be Kumiko's sister. From here, they show rest. 4 students rush inside and tell their fun they saw Kumiko madam with a boy. It seems she has a boyfriend. Everyone is Kumiko. These are all Kumiko's former students. Friends, seeing whom she becomes very happy. These people had finished school last year. Then, the owner comes who himself was also a student of Kumiko, and he was in Ru's class. And Kumiko says to them that these people are mistaking Ru for your boyfriend. Then Kumiko scolds everyone. Oh, without asking anything, you people decided on your own that he is my boyfriend. Oh, he's not my boyfriend, he's my student, and there's also a boy named Kumiko. Yes, the day you get a boyfriend, the rain will go upwards for a few days. You all are still together. What? I'm happy. Now friends, she gets a bit emotional while talking. So to reach the glasses, it's Russia. From here, it directly shows the gang that is waiting for Kumiko's president student. So the gang from that area threatens them and demands money, and until then, says while clicking that if you lay a hand on my friends then. Now there isn't a fight, but that gang also leaves saying that you didn't do well by beating us. After seeing the tournament next, they collide. Then it turns out that they are also both students of the same place. She says you still roam around like a street urchin, and he says, "What did you say, madam? We are very big." Now here, someone is giving a very powerful speech in the background. He is the next presidential candidate of Japan, whose name is put. Hearing his speech, Kumiko becomes mesmerized and thinks if he becomes president, the country will progress. She even shakes his hand to congratulate him, but his students calm her and take her away. Now, it is shown in the school that the gang Takai had beaten up comes to this school. This gang is called the Bike Gang and they are dangerous, wondering how people got inside. Then she realizes Takai must have done something. That's why they came to the school. The principal, scared, calls the police. The Bike Gang leaves upon hearing the police's voice, but they also do. They escape today, but one day they will definitely kill you. Even the principal scolds C's gang a lot, saying, being students, how can you associate with a rowdy gang? Aren't you ashamed? They say we didn't do anything, those people. But why should I believe everything in the name of students? Tell me. The students are sure they won't make mistakes again, and I guarantee it. Alright, if they do this again, I'll fire you. I tell Kumiko it won't come to that. Sir, she says, and takes the students away. In class, they feel guilty, thinking we didn't know the Bike Gang was so dangerous. He thinks this and quickly leaves. They ask, what's the matter? So he says that no, I have to resolve this issue today itself. The next day, Kumiko comes to class and asks where Taki is. They say that they are afraid he must have gone to fight that Bike Gang. So Kumiko scolds them, saying, what kind of friends are you? He fought that Bike Gang for you and you let him go alone. Tell me, what kind of friends are you? If your friends, learn to uphold friendship. And he tells them, look, I was also a wayward boy like you. Didn't listen to anyone. Then Kumiko madam came as my class teacher. She taught me what friendship is, what it means to live together. When a friend is in trouble, stand by them and don't be afraid. He says and leaves, and his words become such motivation that the other students are ready. On the other hand, Tay goes to confront the Bike Gang and says, your enmity is with me, right? So fight me. If you do anything to my friends, it will be very bad. Oh wow, are you so brave? We didn't think so, he said, and started hitting someone. He fights well too, but what can he do alone? The walls crack, because Ko makes an entry. She asks, how dare you lay a hand on my student? Does. To save Ko, another tells them to attack Kumiko. But Kumiko is an expert in every martial art in the world and belongs to a dangerous gang. She appears to them in such a way that Takeshi is left speechless as she is busy fighting. And then a man comes to attack Kumiko, but a hand grabs that man, and it's none other than Rei's hand. Then what happens is that he throws them around like a ball, beating them up. Finally, the Bike Gang saves their lives and runs away from there. Then the other students come and apologize to Takeshi and say, brother, we will never let you go into trouble alone like this again. We will always stay together, like true friends. Aru asks Takeshi Kumiko, where did you learn to fight like this? So, absolutely strange, Kumi says to her, what's there to learn? When a close person is in trouble, we can go to any extent to save them. I did the same. If anyone tries to hurt my students, I make every effort to teach them a lesson. In the future, all of you should live together in harmony. That is your strength. Kumiko's heartfelt words touch the students and they start to like her. From the next day, everyone listens to Kumiko, respects her greatly, and everything is going well. Two police officers come to the school and say that a student from the previous batch has become a drug dealer and they have come to inquire about him. Kumiko is startled and thinks to herself that it can't be possible that he was my student. It must have been someone else. Then they show Kumiko a wallet and say that we went to raid a thing. This was found there, so we got suspicious and we also made a call. But he is not answering the call and he himself is hiding somewhere. See if he contacts you then. Inform us. Komi immediately sets out to find him. But the principal says he no longer studies at our school, and in the process of finding him, he might create a new problem. Kumiko says whether he currently studies here or not is another matter. Once someone becomes my student, I will consider them my student for life. So, friends, it is clear here that he was indeed her student. She further says, I cannot bear any of my students getting into trouble. I will definitely help them. And with that, Kumiko leaves. Friends, that student's name is Jane. Then Jane's old classmate Minato comes in front of Kumiko and says that if you are going to look for Jane, he will also go with you. He must be in some trouble. Everyone starts looking for Jane together. On the other hand, Jane is shown hiding and going somewhere. Kumiko makes such a call but he doesn't answer and keeps hiding. Ryo also finishes his schoolwork and is about to leave for home when he hears a noise from Section D. He goes to check and finds out that Jane is hiding there. He was about to run away when Kumiko and Jane's friends arrive there. Kumiko asks, why are you silent like this? Let us in the police. What's the matter? What have you done? Now he says that even when I was your student, I used to trouble you. And even now, because of me, you are facing so much trouble. Tell me, I don't want to drag you into this matter. Kumiko scolds him, saying that even if you go away from us, your friends have been wandering here for you since morning. At least for the sake of your friend. So tell, what eventually happened to you? And then he explains that he got a job as a delivery boy where he had to deliver parcels to clients. And he was paid more money. One day, Ajwal went to deliver a parcel and the client asked him to open it and show. When Jane opened it, there were 3 statues inside. The client asked to place those 3 statues in the car's boot, and while he was going to place them, his foot slipped and one statue fell and broke, and then it was discovered that those statues contained drugs. Jane panicked. He had been delivering narcotics for days, so he said, I don't want to. Let me go, but he was scolded. So he dropped the valuable goods and from above. Hearing this sound, he also ran away from there, but his wallet fell down and based on that, the police suspected him and was searching for him. In the present, Kumiko says, it was just a small matter. You didn't make any mistake. That's enough for us. We'll discuss the rest tomorrow. Tonight, you all stay at my place. Without saying this, Kumiko brings them home and tells her family to immediately find out who the drug suppliers in this area are. They quickly bring back the information and reveal that the person responsible for drug distribution in several places, not just this area, is none other than the person running for the presidential election. Meaning, the one who was giving a speech in the park. Friends, hearing this, Konak is surprised because a few days ago she had shaken hands with that man and thought he would be a very good person. Moreover, he is trying to get people's votes by standing in the election. Now, hearing Kumiko's words, the students understand it's better to avoid Park's trouble. And then everyone falls asleep. In the morning, when Kumiko gets up to see the students, no one is there. She realizes that they must have definitely heard her words and gone straight to the park. On the other hand, the students go to the tea company whose owner is Park. But now how to get inside is the moment, and then a good opportunity arises. Friends, since there's an election campaign today, many people have gathered for it. And taking advantage of this, these people also go inside. When the students leave to stop them, a bike comes and asks, what happened, madam? Should I go? Then both quickly arrived, but as they were going inside, they bumped into someone. Then it was revealed that this person was also Kumiko's old student and Rue's friend. We asked his friend, what are you doing here? He says, what are you asking, mate? I'm the main cameraman here. But why have you guys come here? Oh, they'll tell you later why they came. For now, we're in a hurry, they say and both leave. Now here, the students even start checking the secret room of the building, but there are no drugs anywhere. And when Jane sees his plan, which used to deliver drugs, if it is here, then the goods must be here too. They follow that client and reach a room. Friends, where there are a lot of statues, they break one statue and find drugs inside it. Now they have strong evidence that drugs are being hidden here. Now Jane will be saved on the strength of this evidence, and everyone is happy. In the meantime, the client's goons arrive there and, upon seeing the design, say that they didn't expect you to get this far and find out about our hideout. And then they do it. Now these people are also scared out of their wits, thinking our story is over. Just then, hearing a sound, those goons turn around and Kumiko delivers a punch, knocking one of them unconscious. Kumiko and the others also beat up the rest and knock them out too. Kumiko tells Red, now quickly take everyone and get out of here. And with that, Kumiko leaves. But the students say we want to help Kumiko, madam. He says, don't worry. I have a great plan. Meanwhile, Kumiko comes down where he is giving his great speech. If I become president, I will not let anyone feel the shortage of powder, meaning face powder. In this way, he is jokingly telling the truth. At that moment, Kumiko goes there, and as Kumiko had become famous through TV news, everyone's attention now turns to Kumiko. If a cunning man like you becomes the president of this country, it will be the ruin of this nation. I considered you a good man, but you turned out to be a drug supplier. How many kilos of drugs have you hidden in your company? You tell me, he says, that it's great you took money from my opposition and accused me of a false exam. Just then, a video starts playing on the screen from behind. And you will remember because he is the cameraman's friend. He recorded the video of the place where the narcotic substance was kept. And now not only the entire media but also the general public learns the truth about Park. And they spit on him as they walk away. Park angrily orders his goons to catch him and torture him to death. This has ruined my plan. But he doesn't know how dangerous Kumiko is or that Kusikankilatatus is Valis. She kills them one by one. Meanwhile, the students also come and catch Park. Kumi says, now you have no way out. Surrender quietly. But he points the gun. Meanwhile, the police arrive outside, and because Park has a gun, he doesn't allow anyone inside. The accusation is that Izzy and his friends say that our teacher is inside. Nothing should happen to them. We are going to save them. Kumiko's family and the principal are watching all this on TV. In the meantime, Kumiko starts explaining to Park that there is no person who doesn't make mistakes. Admitting and correcting one's mistakes is the sign of a good person. By selling drugs like this, don't ruin the future lives of this country's people. What do you hope to achieve? Even if you become president by adopting wrong methods, what benefit will it bring? There is still time. Correct your mistake and try to live a good life. This is how Kumiko Sukabarengo starts. Park had almost agreed with Kumiko when the police came in, and he pointed the gun again. Kumiko stands up and tells the police not to do anything to him. He should also get a chance to reform. Hearing this, Park becomes emotional and lowers the gun. The police then take him away, and he tells Kumiko's students that they are very lucky to have such a teacher, and that their future will be very bright, brothers. And all this is also shown on TV. In this way, Kumiko had solved Sen's problem. The scene changes here, and the next day Kumiko is going to school. So I was worried because last time the principal only called and asked me to showcase my talent in public. Now after creating such a big mess, I don't know what the principal will do this time. And when she goes to her class, the principal gives her a warm welcome and showers her with praise, saying that the work you have done is truly commendable. Then Kumiko realizes that after hearing about her on TV, many parents came to enroll their children in the same school because everyone wants Kumiko to teach their children. In this way, the principal is also happy because his income has increased. Kumiko is already aware. Now Komi tells her class, that is, the students of Section T, Ryo's training has been completed here, so we are going to throw a party to send him off. And yes, we will also play games, but what is this? Everyone is sitting completely silent. Until then, he steps forward and says, what will we lose by playing once? Let's play. Let's see if Kumiko madam wins or if we win. Everyone happily goes to play the game and all the students of Kumiko become good people. The movie ends by showing them doing good deeds.